Italian soccer fans storming the streets following a shock World Cup loss to Croatia.
Italian fans spilled into the streets after the match ended. While the 2-1 loss was not what they'd been expecting, their spirits were still high. But suddenly the mood changed when a defiant carload of Croatian supporters drove down Lygon Street claiming to have burned an Italian flag. Italian supporters ran after the car, hammering windows and doors. One lunged onto the boot, but the car sped off as fans hurled bottles. Police called for backup as Italian supporters set off flares and stormed down Lygon Street. Officers forced to escort motorists who found themselves trapped and surrounded. Italian leaders say the World Cup result was a great disappointment, as were the claims of flag burning.
If there had been a flag, I think that's a disgrace to themselves and not to the Italian people, that's for sure.
If it did occur, obviously we don't condone that sort of violence or that sort of behaviour from our community.
In Japan, where the game was staged, elated Croatian fans streamed into the streets to celebrate their surprise victory.
We won against Italy!
In Melbourne, there were 2 arrests but no reports of injuries, although police are investigating several reports of car damage. They say they already have plans well in place ahead of next Thursday's Italy versus Mexico match. Nicole Chavastek, 7 News.
Soccer fans invaded Lygon Street, letting off flares and kicking cars after Italy's shock loss to Croatia in the World Cup last night. Police had to protect supporters of the winning nation who turned up to celebrate in Melbourne's Italian heartland. Wayne Dyer has more.
No sooner had Croatia snatched an unlikely victory from one of the World Cup favourites than, unbowed, fans streamed into the street proclaiming their allegiance to the undisputed football powerhouse. Traffic ground to a halt as the emotional supporters stopped and rocked cars, kicking and throwing bottles at those carrying Croatian supporters. Violence threatened as police moved in to protect a few brave enough to don the winners' red and white colours at a cafe in the Italian stronghold. The outburst was triggered by a sensational result when 2 Italian goals were controversially disallowed, Croatia seizing a 2-1 upset win. The victory sparked euphoria in Croatian communities around Australia. It was a double celebration for one couple who chose the occasion to seal a match of their own. Italian fans will again have their hearts in their mouths on Thursday when their side meets Mexico in its final round 1 match. A win should see them through to the sudden death sections of the World Cup, and tension in places like Lygon Street will continue to mount.
If they win, it's going to be wild outside.
Somehow they got it a bit extra. It's like Italian flavour food.
Wayne Dyer, National 9 News.